What's up, y'all? Of course, trying to keep this media thing diverse. I saw this video. Oh my God, the lighting. Saw this video about the police and them kind of abusing their power a little. It wasn't super bad, but it's worth watching. I just want y'all to check this out.
Welcome to Audit the Audit, where we sort out the who and what and the right and wrong of police interactions. This episode covers trespassing, investigative detentions, and reasonable suspicion, and is brought to us by Free.
I like this channel. I watch it periodically. They have very good information, and they're always like kind of. I'm dark. I'm trying to get this stupid lighting to adjust. I don't know. They have really good content. I like what they have to say. They're kind of unbiased, and they just break down the law in its raw form, and I appreciate it.
Free Press NC's channel. Be sure to check out the description below and give them the credit that they deserve. In a video posted on January 14th, 2022, First Amendment auditor Free Press NC, who we will refer to as Mr. Press, conducted an audit in Burlington, North Carolina. After filming in Burlington City Hall and filing a public records request with no issues, he moved on to the Burlington Police Department and began to film police vehicles in the parking lot.
Tires are mostly in good shape. Can't tell entirely, but they're generally speaking, they seem to be good tires. Hi!
What are you doing?
Just checking out my employees. What's up? What's your name and badge number?
Delgado.
Delgado, you have a badge number?
I don't.
Okay.
What's your name?
I'm not gonna give that.
So what are you doing?
Just checking on the Burlington employees and seeing if you guys are doing a great job.
About
You're keeping,
looking
yeah.
through the cars?
Yeah, I want to make sure you're keeping the officers safe with like good tires and that you're not leaving out passwords to NCIC. What's that?
You come speak with us.
You said I need to?
Yes, sir. You're actually trespassing unless you actually have something.
You want me to or I need to? It's hard.
Do you have any business back here? This is only police personnel only.
Yeah, you said I need to, so I was asking, do you want me to come talk to her or do I have to? Am I being detained?
Yes, sir. At this point, yes, sir.
Okay, for suspicion of what crime?
Okay, you're walking around taking pictures of police cars and so forth.
Okay, I wouldn't suggest any minority being this confrontational, but he asked a valid question. He says, "Am I in detention?" He says, "Yes." Am I being detained? Yes, you're being detained. Okay, if you're detaining me, then under what suspicion? You have the right to at least know why you're being detained. So, being arrested is not the same as being under detention. So, if you're under detention, then understand why you are under detention. That's how that works.
You don't have any business here.
Is that illegal? Is that illegal?
It's only supposed to be police back here.
And your name, badge number?
I don't have a badge number. Sergeant Marsh.
Sergeant Marsh, okay. So you said I'm detained. And I said suspicion of what crime?
What are you doing back here?
Suspicion of what crime? What's your
I'm
RAS?
asking you a question. You need to leave, sir.
What crime have I committed?
You need to leave.
If you'd like to stand on the sidewalk and do
He
what
told
it
me
is
I
you're
have to
doing.
come here and I'm detained.
I
So
didn't say that. I didn't say that.
you said we need you to come here and you said
I
I'm
need to talk to
detained.
you. So I need to talk to you. If you want to go over there, take on the sidewalk, take pictures.
He's using his words wisely. He's saying, "Hey, you told me I was under detention and that I needed to talk to you. So if I'm under detention, you have to have a reasonable suspicion as to why I'm under detention." And his reason, really, even though he wants it to be, his reason isn't sufficient. No, his reason isn't sufficient at all.
You're more than welcome, but you can't be back here.
So the sign that says public entrance is not a public entrance?
If you have business here.
Yeah.
Do you have business here?
Am I required to answer that question?
Okay, sir. At this point, you're being asked. If you want to go over and take pictures,
I know I'm being
you're all
asked
right.
because you don't want to infringe on my rights, which is why you've not ordered me to, but you still have me detained. Are you going to undetain me or am I still
You're
detained?
not detained.
Okay.
You're more than free, but you
I can do what I want. Thanks. It's a public.
sir, you can go on the sidewalk and take pictures.
You have to
but
stay
can't
on the
do that here.
sidewalk.
Where's the sign that says it's authorized personnel only? There's actually a sign in here that says public parking right here.
Sergeant Marsh informs Mr. Press that he's trespassing because
You can't trespass on public property. They can't ask you to leave. Then if you refuse, then we have something different. But you can't just say that it's suspicious because it's police property. Like, it's just what it is.
only police officers are supposed to be in the parking lot. He originally informs Mr. Press that he's being detained, and later tells him that while he can take pictures from the sidewalk, he needs to leave the parking lot. Section 14-159.12 of the North Carolina General Statute states that, quote, a person commits the offense of first-degree trespass if, without authorization, he enters or remains on premises of another so enclosed or secured as to demonstrate clearly an intent to keep out intruders, in a building of another, or on the lands of the Eastern Band of Cherokee Indians after the person has been excluded by a resolution passed by the Eastern Band of Cherokee Indian Tribal Council. Because Mr. Press was in an open parking lot that was posted with a public parking sign and not inside a building or on tribal land, he could not be convicted of first-degree trespassing. However, it is possible that a court could conclude that he was trespassing when he refused to leave the parking lot after Sergeant Marsh asked him to. According to Section 14-159.13 of the North Carolina General Statutes, quote, a person commits the offense of second-degree trespass if, without authorization, he enters or remains on premises of another after he has been notified not to enter or remain there by the owner, by a person in charge of the premises, by a lawful occupant, or by another authorized person, or
He was in the right up until it was time, until they told him it was time to leave.
that are posted in a manner reasonably likely to come to the attention of intruders with notice not to enter the premises. In the 2022 case of State v. Hahn, the Court of Appeals of North Carolina held that an individual could be arrested for second-degree trespassing in a public space, such as a city sidewalk. The court reasoned that, quote, when the premises in question are open to the public, the occupants of those premises have the implied consent to be on the premises, and that consent can be revoked only upon some showing the occupants have committed acts sufficient to render the implied consent void. In the Hahn case,
Permission can be revoked. So once again, once they said, hey, I'm asking you to leave and to film over there, okay, then things change. But he was right. Up until that point, he wasn't a legal clear to film.
the defendant remained on a public sidewalk and, quote, move along, was ultimately acquitted